Hi everyone! I have another recipe for you today, and this meal is delicious. It's really good and it's not complicated to prepare this meal at all. You just need just a few basic ingredients, the ones that you see here on the table. And I'm gonna show you how to prepare it basically, and then I'll have for you a guide and pictures with descriptions on my blog how to do this meal step by step so that you can try it at home. And remember, I'm not a great cook or anything. I'm just very clumsy in the kitchen, so if I can do this, anyone can do it. And it's better to cook your meal at home than going for fast food meals in the fast food restaurants. So I'm starting with the onions, which is terrible for me. I'm terrible in cutting onions. I always cut myself. I just cut myself yesterday again. I know you guys gave me this advice to put water on the onion and on the knife, and I put water on the board as well. What happened to me last time was that everything was slippery. I put water everywhere and it was slippery, and I cut 2 fingers at once, blood everywhere. So I don't know. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna put water on the onion, try to see if it helps, because I always cry when I'm cutting the onions. I already cut one big one, and it's here in the pot, in the big pot. It's there with a little bit of olive oil, and the onion is cooking in the big pot. So I'm gonna put it in the frying pan right here. And now I'm gonna cut in pieces pepper, tomato, apple, and this, what's the name of it? I forget it. And champignons, mushrooms, garlic. Whole wheat bread is already chopped, and then I have mixed nuts with raisins. So I'm gonna start chopping the fruit and the vegetables. I love mushrooms. Where I come from, people go mushrooming sometimes starting in the summer, I think, maybe even spring, and people are mushrooming until the fall. And it's something really enjoyable, because you're wandering around in the forest trying to find a mushroom, and then you come home. If you're lucky, you come home with a lot of mushrooms, and then the whole family sits down by the table and everyone is cutting the mushrooms, and we would either dry them, or my mom, she would take the mushrooms, the fresh mushrooms, and she would make a soup right away. But it's nice because it's a family time. You go all together mushrooming in the forest. You're outside on the fresh air, and then you all come home, and then you're enjoying the time together, cutting the mushrooms, talking. Yep. Look, it doesn't really matter how much of broccoli, how much of celery, or how much of this or that. It just it has to fit nicely together in the casserole dish. So make sure that you're gonna leave some space for the meat and for the bread. So I cut up all of the vegetables and the apples and the mushrooms in the casserole dish. And now I'm gonna move on, except of the garlic, because the garlic goes at the end. And now I have this big pot here. There's an onion, and I put some olive oil in it. Now I'm gonna cook the onion. And when it gets glossy, I'm gonna put the chicken with the onion into the big pot. And here on this frying pan, I have half of onion, and I'm gonna put some olive oil again in it. And I'm gonna cook the vegetable on the frying pan. So this looks like it's a lot of it, but it's actually gonna shrink on the frying pan. So now the onion in the big pot is already glossy, like this. Don't wait until it's brown, it just has to be a little bit glossy, and then you're gonna put a little bit of butter in it, just like this. A little bit, it's a little bit more, but it's fine. It's gonna be better. We're not afraid of fat, and the reason why is because we eat small portions. So now the butter has melted, and I'm gonna put finally the chicken breast, chopped in pieces. I'm gonna put it in the big pot. Salt. And black pepper. Now put enough water underneath the chicken, a little bit more than this, just a second. This much water. And now I'm gonna cover it. And just, you have to leave the chicken there until it's done, until it's cooked. And here you have the vegetables. And I also like to put a little bit of butter on the vegetables. And now when it's shrink a little bit, when you have a little more space in the frying pan, you can add some mixed nuts and some raisins. So now when the vegetables are soft, especially the broccoli, then you're gonna put some spices. I put a little bit of sage. Is it sage?
Sage.
Sage. Then a little bit of thyme. Oregano. Nutmeg. Just a little bit of nutmeg. And a little bit of cayenne pepper. Just to spice it up a little bit. And now you're gonna put the whole wheat bread in the casserole bowl. And when the chicken is ready, when it's cool, you're gonna pour the sauce from the chicken over the bread. And you're gonna add the chicken into the dish as well. So now you mix the bread with the chicken nicely together. And the bread has to be soaked in the chicken sauce. So now I'm gonna add the vegetables in the casserole bowl. Preheat the oven. I put it on between 230 and 275 Celsius. And I just make sure that you mix it in. And the last ingredient that I'm gonna put in the dish is garlic. And the reason why I didn't put garlic in it when it was on the frying pan is that the garlic loses its taste really fast when you heat it up. Just gonna cut 4 cloves like this of garlic. And I would almost forget a little bit more salt. And just a little bit more pepper. So now this is something extra that I'm gonna add. This is famous Gaza goat cheese. It's so good. It's local cheese, and it's spiced up. There's some pepper on it and stuff. I don't know exactly what the people do with this cheese, but it's so good. So I buy it all the time, and I'm gonna now grate a little bit of the cheese over the top. And then I'm gonna, okay, that's enough. And then I'm gonna put the casserole dish into the oven until this melts and the bread on the top gets crunchy. And it's gonna take only about 20 minutes, maybe faster. You just have to check it out, make sure that you don't burn it. And I have to clean up this whole mess. So, the meal is ready, and I wanted to show you my portion. It's important to realize what you're gonna be doing after your meal, the following 3 hours after your meal. If you know that you're gonna be active, then you still should stick with small portions, but you can have a little bit more if you know that you're gonna be active in the next 3 hours. But if you know that you're gonna go to bed and then during the next 3 hours, then you should be really thinking cutting down the portion. I'm gonna be doing my workout after an hour and a half after I eat, so this is fine for me. If I would go to bed, if I knew that I'm gonna go to bed soon, then I would cut it even just a little bit, and this is more than enough, believe me or not, it's true. I notice that people nowadays, for some reason, they think that they have to put a lot of food on their plate, which is absolutely not necessary. If you're eating every 2 hours, you're speeding up your metabolism this way, and you're not starving or anything, but you're just letting your body digest the food. And it's not that hard on your body. If your body has to digest some huge amount of food, and it's really not good, and you're gaining weight. So stick to small portions and always make the right decision. Realize what you're gonna be doing in the next 3 hours. If you're active, okay, have a little bit more. If you're not gonna be active, have even less. So that's all I wanted to say to you today, and thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.